guys, it's Liv. As you can probably see from the title, today I'm going to be talking about how to get comfortable in front of a camera. This is going to be like a little two-part series. So the first one is going to be how to get comfortable in front of a camera for YouTube. When I first started out making videos like this, I was really uncomfortable and really awkward and didn't really know how to get my points across because whenever I tried talking it just sounded really awkward and like I was nervous, and I've kind of overcome that and it's actually helped me in a lot of other areas in my life. And then the second video is going to be how to get comfortable in front of a camera for photo shoot purposes, but this one is today, how to get comfortable in front of a camera for YouTube. So I have 6 points. My first tip is just start talking. I know when you first turn on your camera, it's really awkward and you're like staring at the big black lens being like, and you just kind of freeze up. But honestly, it's not like it's a live thing. You're just recording it. You can cut out whatever you want. So just start talking. You just have to turn it on and start talking, and the more you talk, like even if you film for like 5, 10, 15 minutes, the more you talk, the more comfortable you're going to get throughout that time period. My second one is do as many takes as you need until you find something that feels natural to you. So for example, if you turn on the camera and you're like, hey guys, like you know how some people are just like in your face, they're like, ah, as soon as they turn on the camera. If you are like, I find if I'm watching YouTube videos and I see a bunch of people doing that, that kind of influences how I act in my videos, which is really stupid, but you kind of feel like that's the way you're supposed to be acting because everyone else acts like that. But if you turn on your camera and you come out with some random like, hey guys, and then you're like, or that's so not me, and you just want to turn it on and be like, what's up? Just do as many takes as you need until you get to the point where doing that feels natural and you don't feel like you're being influenced by what other people are doing. Sometimes I'll say something and then I'll be like, okay, no, that's awkward, so I'll just pause for a minute and then I'll try saying it again, and the second time it usually comes out like more natural and less forced. And that happens a lot with like my intros. If I come on, I'm like, hey, and then I'm like, why am I talking like that? Because that's just not really the kind of person I am. So yeah, just do as many, like 10 different takes until you get to the point where it just feels more natural and you've like found a way of saying things that's more true to you. Okay, number 3 is don't watch yourself talk. This one's hard for me because sometimes I'm looking at my little camera screen thing that shows what you look like and I'm not actually looking at the lens. So it took me a while to get comfortable just staring into the lens instead of looking at yourself, because obviously you want to see what you look like. If you're having trouble with this, just put your viewfinder away, or what this screen thing, whatever it's called. Flip it back in or push it down or whatever you need. Just get rid of it and that will force you to look at your lens. Now even sometimes like if I'm showing a product and then I'll like, look at the screen, then I have to remind myself to look back at the lens, because sometimes you can get caught just like looking at yourself and then you're looking off to the side and people are like, what is she looking at? You can always tell the people who, when they're vlogging, they like don't look at the lens the whole time, they're just staring at themselves. Number 4 is talk louder. So when I first started making videos, I'm like a very shy and quiet person, and I would get on and be like, so yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about today. Even if you are a shy and quiet person, when you turn on the camera, you have to just talk strongly and clearly, and it's not that scary because you're the only person like in your room when you're filming normally. Talking louder just overall helps you feel like you're more confident and you can like get your points across and all of that, rather than if you're just letting yourself be really nervous and shy and just kind of like talking like this or mumbling. You know, it's not fake to just try and be more presentable on camera. Everyone can use a little bit better presentation skills, I think, and that just comes with practice, but talking louder definitely helps. Trying to raise my voice a bit and raise the volume, it just helped me feel more confident in general. Number 5, this kind of goes with my other points, don't try and talk like anyone but yourself. When you watch certain, especially beauty YouTubers, they talk so similar to each other. And it's like you definitely don't all talk like that. I don't know. You can just tell, like for example, Jenna Marbles, like she has such a different and interesting way of talking, and a lot of people have tried to mimic that, and you can tell when they're trying to be like her. Your videos will be much more interesting And you'll just feel much more comfortable if you're not trying to be anyone but yourself, because being yourself, like, you don't have to try, you can just do it. It's harder than it seems, because when I first started filming videos, like after a while I was like, who am I? And I've just come to a point in my video filming where this leads me to my next point. I just imagine that I'm talking to a friend and then my actual personality comes out that way. So when I was feeling really nervous filming my first video, I was just trying to think like, oh, how am I gonna say this? Like, how am I gonna get my point across to all these people? And then I was just like, nope, just pretend it's like Bridget or Elvira or Katie. Just pretend like they're just standing there and you're just trying to talk to them. And that helped so much, because as soon as I pictured that I was talking to them, then my true personality came out. I was able to just talk like I normally would, and I wasn't trying to be someone else, or I wasn't feeling as nervous. Yeah, those are all of my tips. Just start talking. You can do different takes, talk louder, don't watch yourself talk, don't try and talk like someone else, and just imagine that your friend is right there and you're talking to them. And all of those things, I promise, will be really helpful for you. So the next video in this series that I'm going to be doing is how to get comfortable in front of a camera for photo shoot purposes. And clearly I'm not an actual model and I don't have an actual modeling career, but when you're doing YouTube and when you're doing like Instagram and stuff like that, you will have pictures of yourself. So I had a lot of tips given to me by my friend Elvira, who actually was a model. So when she would take pictures of me, she would give me lots of tips on, you know, what it's actually like to be a model and like how they pose and just a lot of things that I will share with you in the next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or just leave a comment to let me know. Leave any requests you have in the comments below so that I know what you want to see. I will see you guys next time for another recipe video, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!